नमस्कार, मैं डॉक्टर गर्ग, प्रेसिडेंट इलेक्ट एसोसिएशन ऑफ हेयर रिस्टोरेशन सर्जन्स ऑफ इंडिया. I am also fellow International Society of Hair Restoration Surgery and diplomate of American Board of Hair Restoration Surgery. Today I am going to tell you a new term, that is the ghost hair transplant. Means the transplant done by the ghost. You will be surprised. What's this? How a ghost can come and do the surgery? Is it really? Yes. Unfortunately, in the field of hair restoration, this is being done. The ghost hair transplant term was introduced by Association of Hair Restoration Surgeons of India in 19, and our president Dr. Ramachandran introduced this concept from association on behalf of association, and a pledge was taken by all the members of Association of Hair Restoration Surgeons of India that they will do all ethical activity or ethical hair transplant. So the ghost hair transplant means a surgeon, when he meets you, he consults you and he fixes surgery for you, but he is not operating. Someone else comes and he operates, and you don't know who is operating. This is unfortunately is becoming very common, especially in the field of hair restoration, and this is problem is across the world, not only in India. And that is one of the major reason of bad hair transplant result, bad planning, bad lining. So many things are coming up in the hair transplant field, and that is the reason when patient comes to us, he asks us, does the hair grow? Or I got done my hair transplant done few years back, it got failed. When we ask them who did, we don't know. So my dear, it is your responsibility. You should know who is doing your hair transplant. And this is becoming a common thing that nowadays, unfortunately, this transplant is being done by the non-allopathic doctor or by the technicians. What happens? Many times, hair restoration surgery is not being taught during the residency curriculum. They know everything about theoretical aspect, they read it, but sometimes all centers, all medical colleges do not have that. So they have the qualification, they have license to do the hair transplant, but they don't know how to do the transplant. So when they come in the field, they hire a team of technicians. Those who are not having license to do the surgery, but who knows how to do the hair transplant. And a hair transplant is not such an easy surgery which it can be learned and executed so easily. So a person who is not having the license, he drives the car, and the person who has got the license but he doesn't know how to drive the car, he is sitting on the byside. And this is becoming a team of technicians. They comes and they talk with the doctors and they tell, we will do hair transplant for you, let's you charge 50% and give us 50% to us. Surgeon is sitting in the chamber, or unfortunately many times surgeon is not there around, and the entire surgery is being done by a team of technicians. This is called as a ghost hair transplant. Precisely the person who should have done the hair transplant is not doing, and instead of him, another person or a team of technicians is doing. That is precisely called as the ghost hair transplant. International Association of Hair Restoration Surgeons is working on this unethical activity very fast, and they are spending lots and lots of time and the money. That is called fight to fight and Operation Black Marketing. Like these terms are being introduced in the field to make people aware that, my dear friends, it is your head, these are your hair, you have all right to know who is doing your hair transplant. So whenever you go to a surgeon, you must ask him. Now I am going to tell you who can do hair transplant and who cannot do the hair transplant. As per guideline of Association of Hair Restoration Surgeons of India, there are 5 categories. One category is the MCH plastic surgeon. then MD or diploma in dermatology, then MS or diploma in ENT surgery, then general surgeon, and then the medical graduate or postgraduate who has passed Diplomate of American Board of Hair Restoration Surgeons of India examination. So these are the 5 categories laid down by the Association of Hair Restoration Surgeons of India. These are the doctors who, if they have recognized degree by Medical Council of India, they are registered, then they can operate. But over and above, these surgeons should be exposed. It is not the qualification which makes you ethical work to do it, because as I said, this is not being taught routinely. So they are supposed to go for the training, fellowship, they should watch, they should read the subject more in the detail, and then they should perform the hair transplant surgery independently. These are the who cannot do, like dentist, BDS, non-allopathic doctors and technician independently cannot do the hair transplant. Now I want to tell you who can do what. See, hair transplant surgery is a surgery which has got multiple procedures involved in it. And it is different than other surgery. Like if I am doing appendectomy, then I am the surgeon and my assistants are just helping me. They are not doing any independent work. It is not so in the hair transplant. In hair transplant, some of the work is totally delegated to the technician or a team of assistant. Surgeon, what the surgeon will do, he will consult you, he will examine you, he will diagnose the disease, and he is going to decide what you need hair transplant or not. So first is the diagnosis and the management of hair transplant. And once the hair transplant is fixed, then the surgeon does total planning, designing of anti-hairline, and the recipient area planning, how many grafts will be put, where they will be put, everything the surgeon has to plan. Then the local anesthesia that is given by the surgeon himself. Then the procedure of surgery starts, in which, like if he is doing the FUT, then he will harvest the strip. Surgeon will harvest the strip, or FU is being done, then follicle unit extraction job is done entirely by the surgeon. Follicle unit extraction is done by the surgeon, not by anyone else or not by any technician. They are not, because FUE means follicular unit excision. This term has been given by the ISHRS, and they say it's a surgical procedure and it should be done by a allopathic trained qualified doctor only. So then comes the site making. Usually sites are being made before starting the surgery. Site or slits, what are these? These are the pits or the holes in the skin or the recipient area who the surgeon does, because this site is going to decide about the direction of the hair, depth of hair, then the angle of the hair to the scalp, and the density and the distribution. These all things are very important. If sites are not created by the surgeon, then whatever hair are going to be put inside, they will grow in a wrong direction, unequal distribution, wrong pattern. Here lies the success of the hair transplant. That is the reason the site should be created by the surgeon and surgeon only. Then follicular unit extraction, I told. As I said, technician has got a great role, important role in the hair transplant. Their role is to help the surgeon or to assist the surgeon in all the steps when the surgeon is working. Second thing, if FUT procedure is done, then they do slivering and follicle dissection separately or independently, which is very, very crucial aspect of hair transplant. If FUE is done, then they are removing the follicles from the site from where they are being dissected by the surgeon. So surgeon does the punching and the assistant follows the surgeon, and they are removing the grafts which has been dissected by the surgeon. And then most important role, very important role, is the implantation of the grafts in pre-made slit or sites. This is a crucial aspect of hair restoration field. That is the reason the technician or the assistant should be trained, qualified, experienced enough, and I say preferably full-timer, because a full-timer technician or assistant tuned to the surgeon's habit. He knows what the surgeon wants. He is tuned to the atmosphere. So certainly it's my feeling that a full-timer technician or assistant will do a better job than a technician or assistant who comes part-time. So these are the things I told you. So what you should take care. My sincere advice is you, whenever you plan a hair transplant for you, you must look who is going to do. Look for the credentials of the surgeon, his certificate, his association, and all that. Then when you discuss during the consultation, you ask him frankly what is you are going to do and what your technician is going to do. And you should watch. And above all, when the assistants are implanting, then the surgeon cannot leave that atmosphere or the clinic or the hospital. They cannot go. Of course, implantation is the assistant's job in pre-made slit, but at that time, that entire work done by the assistant or technician should be under the supervision of surgeon, hair transplant surgeon, and legally, ethically, he cannot leave that premises. So these are the things you must take care, you must ask. These are the recommendations based on International Society of Hair Restoration Surgeons and Association of Hair Restoration Surgeons of India. If you have any query, you can ask directly to our association. I am releasing this video in the interest of the public. Thank you very much.